unions, they have to give 5 reasons why they should remain employed. I'm terrified for my husband, especially my husband. I'll start crying. I cry all the time.
You know, it's real people that are on the line here. He fought for the country, a veteran, and he's having to deal with this later on in life when...
My husband's 80 years old.
Hey, it's Jordan. I am in Flint, Michigan, East Palestine, Ohio, Tumwa, Iowa. Please support the only independent outlet on the ground covering what the corporate media covers up. Let me show you the signs. Elon Musk is a welfare queen, $38 billion in government contracts. Stop the coup, Delon. I want to zero in on this because it's just amazing. This man is lecturing the American people about waste, fraud, and abuse while he's gotten $38 billion in free money from the government. Can you talk about that?
Well, most of his money has come from government contracts. When he bought Tesla, it was going under. He got a loan from the government. He hasn't paid any taxes on Tesla since, I think, for 1 year since 2018. He hasn't paid a single tax on Tesla. My husband is a 100% disabled veteran. The services at the Manhattan VA have already been under a great strain, and now they're facing, I mean, I'm there every week. I'm a primary caregiver, and the people there are being barraged by Musk, which is interfering with the critical care they're doing, and the morale is really low. The therapist that my husband sees says that every day they have to have meetings, and because the administrator is a Muskist and a Trumpist, they have to answer Musk's emails. They have to give 5 reasons why they should remain employed. I'm terrified for my husband, especially my husband. I'll start crying. I cry all the time.
You know, it's real people that are on the line here. He fought for the country, a veteran, and he's having to deal with this later on in life when...
My husband's 80 years old, and he's not, I mean... He's been through, she knows, he's been through so much from Agent Orange. And, but his impulse, I have to tell him, I'm sorry, they won't accept you. He wants to go to Ukraine and fight. He's so angry and enraged. And so he wants to go fight for democracy. And I mean, because he was lied to as a young boy in Vietnam. And then he was at Kent State. He went back to school at Kent State, and he was on the hill that day.
Quite the life he's had.
Yeah, his psychiatrist says he is the super intelligent version of, what's his name, Tom Hanks, A Box of Chocolates.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, the intelligent Forrest Gump.
You know, what's so disgusting to me about it, Republicans forever have used the flag as their little prop. We're the party of the veterans. They're laying off tens of thousands of veterans. 30% of the government workers are veterans.
Yes.
Not that there's no waste, fraud, and abuse, but there's a way. There's a way of targeting excess, not with a chainsaw. You use a scalpel.
I made this during the first Trump administration, but I just put Elon in this morning.
and his anyway.
His buzzsaw. I'd like to take it.
I don't know. I think that so much waste and abuse has been created by willy-nilly, firing people that they have to hire back because, oops, we need your work, we need your expertise. It's being done by like 20-something kids who don't know anything about what the government can do and what we need in our lives. And I'm just so angry that some unelected guy is going to determine access to Medicare, Medicaid, and the solvency of Social Security. It's horrible.
I've stopped. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I've stopped paying my federal taxes in honor of Thoreau and civil disobedience, because I'm not going to pay for my own destruction. So I refilled out my W-4 form and stopped my
You know, it's amazing. I don't hear them talking at all about the $15 billion in free money we give to the fossil fuel industry in subsidies. We give subsidies to Wall Street. We give subsidies to Big Pharma. I mean, basically the government under both parties gives free money to all the special interests. They're not looking into that at all.
No. We're gonna make veterans suffer. We're gonna make farmers suffer. We're gonna make all the people who were saved through ASID suffer. We're gonna make
We're murdering people.
we're gonna make people who paid into Social Security and Medicare suffer. But we're not gonna do anything about SpaceX shattering over the United States and shutting down 240 flights. That subsidy is somehow sacrosanct. Yeah.
What do you think? Because I got to be honest, I see more resistance from people than I do elected Democrats. Do you think they're doing enough?
No. I sat through an hour of that address, the excrement of lies that came out of that mouth. When Representative Green got up and was taken out, I thought so naively that was the plan, that one by one, each representative would stand up, make their point, be disruptive, and be escorted out. And he was the only one who had the guts to stay. I was disgusted.
And the Democrats, 10 Democrats voted to censor him.
Yeah.
And he was actually, what he said was, you have no mandate to cut Medicaid.
Yeah.
You would think they would have his back.
Which was a message the country needs to hear. This is not how our constitutional democracy works. He doesn't have a mandate to cut any government benefits. That's a perfectly good message that should have been echoed, as Steffi said, again and again and again.
And I don't understand, judges are ruling against him, but I don't see any movement to honor the judge's orders.
Yeah.
Kind of what happens in authoritarian.
Yeah, it took Hitler 53 days. It might take them a little longer if we don't.
And my last question to you.
Who are you?
I'm asking myself every day. Yeah, we're live actually. Status Coup, we're on YouTube. We're a progressive channel.
Oh, okay.
We kind of report on the ground all over the country. I published a book on Flint last year on the water crisis. Last question. Where does this go from here? Because MAGA is going to feel it too. They're on Medicaid.
The majority of veterans voted for Trump,
Right.
which breaks my heart.
Do you see? You're already seeing some Republicans at town halls fight back. Do you feel like this could be, if Trump continues with this, if Musk continues with this, more and more MAGA could kind of open their eyes a little bit?
I don't think the hardcore, as we call the cultist maggots, as I call them, I don't see them turning. But I think the people who went from Biden, Trump, you start taking money that people have been working to earn their entire lives. I don't know when the Democrats are going to. I'm really disappointed in Hakeem Jeffries. I thought he would be a better leader.
And what about our transgender children who are in the military? And they're going to probably not only lose their careers, never mind jobs and health care and everything else, but they're also going to have a hard time getting back in the States if Trump promotes
And I think
no transgender into the United States, because they're overseas right now.
I think what you just mentioned is important, because I think Trump and the Republicans are doing a very good job of distracting people and getting people to, look at the transgender people while they're screwing you in every other way. They're trying to basically create others.
Yes, and Trump and his cronies are those others that so many of us detest because they're threatening our democracy.
He went up to the guy.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.